I caught that. 3, 2, 1. Had a couple drinks. Just kidding. No, we're recording now.
Not really.
No, I did. I had a meeting before this, and I had a couple drinks about that. Forrest, welcome to the Ride Boundless podcast. You're local. You grew up and you were born in LA, right?
Born and bred in LA. I went to high school in Notre Dame and Sherman Oaks over here off Woodman. So I've been around here for a minute.
Yeah.
It's good.
Have you traveled outside of LA or?
Yeah, totally. So I backpacked through Europe when I was in college. I went to CSUN and then somehow maneuvered an extra grant out of them and traveled through.
Off the grant?
Off the grant. I had Best Buy. I was working at Best Buy full time, and I had Best Buy was paying for full time school, and then they gave me a grant, and I took that money and I went to Europe for about 3 months.
What year was this?
You know what? It was during the World Cup in Africa. So I was in
Shakira's
Barcelona.
Waka Waka.
Yeah. So I was in Barcelona when Spain won, got their quarterfinals win.
What was that, 2008?
I want to say like 2012, 2011.
That makes sense because you had the 94, 98, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 18?
I think it,
Or no, I'm sorry.
I could drink, so it was like probably 22 at the
22,
time.
yeah.
And then I went to Amsterdam when Netherlands won the semifinals, and then when we were in Paris when the World Cup or the season finale or whatever happened, and I was broke. I was eating like baguettes and drinking Heineken, and that's pretty much it.
That's crazy because the last person that did the podcast that traveled to Amsterdam was broke.
Yeah, no.
They're like, well, they ended up in Italy and they were like, I was homeless. I was like, what do you mean? Like my ticket expired, and I felt shame to like hit up my parents because my parents were like, you're gonna go there and you're gonna run out of money and you're gonna be fucked.
And good luck.
And good luck. And not me. And within like 4 months, the ticket expired and he had no job.
Yeah.
And he was like under a bridge, fucking do that.
It wasn't that bad. I was in a nice hotel. We did get bed bugs. That's another story, but I did manage to make it back on time. But it was a good time. It was great.
Everybody makes it back. Even this guy, he made it back. Like he has a huge, one of the biggest clothing lines in Mexico and in Los Angeles. Working.
Hook it up.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's like motorcycle, but it's all satanic. It's all like fucking La Marca del Diablo, like the brand of the devil.
Okay.
So it's insane. But like, you need those stories. That's
part of growing up. That's part of growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But could you imagine? Because what did you have back then? Facebook? There wasn't Instagram.
No,
right?
Facebook had just come out. I remember Facebook coming out.
14, right? 13, 14?
No. It was in 06. My oldest.
But that's for people that went to school.
Right. Yes. So in
people that went to
06, my best friend Dickman, his older brother Robert Dickman. Excuse me, Robert. I'm sorry, brother. I forgot what school he got into, but he was like, "Oh, there's this thing called Facebook," and like we started, and we had to wait until we got our college email address to put it in. So that's when I got into Facebook, like 07.
So I'm trying to think. I think 07 was the introduction of iPhone.
Right? Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
07 was introduction to
Dude,
that.
I can't believe that was like almost 20 years ago. That's insane.
Right?
Yes. It is. It's crazy to think of.
It's 15 years ago.
And you're thinking about like 2000 and it's 2020, about to be 2023, and you're like, fuck. Like,
when you get a chance, watch that video again.
Which one?
The Steve Jobs introducing.
The iPhone?
The original iPhone. It's fucking amazing. It's like, imagine having a phone and an iPod on the same device. Yeah. Whoa! Everybody's losing their fucking mind.
Have you seen the Microsoft or the introduction? I think it was Windows 98 where like Bill Gates is like dancing on the stage. And it's like all these white boys that have no rhythm.
Yeah, they're fucking. They look like slobs. They're all fucking. Bleh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's like it's like the happiest they've been in their life.
Nerdy fucking hair.
But hey, Bill Gates got $1 billion. Let's go. He can do he can dance how he wants.
Have you heard of the difference between 1 million seconds and 1 billion seconds in time?
No.
So 1 million seconds is I think it was like 11 days or 12 days.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It's a long time.
Yeah. A million seconds.
A billion is what, a month?
A billion's what? A month?
No, it's more than that. What is it?
Imagine a million is 11 to 12 days. All right.
Well, so there's what? There's 10. No, there's 100 million in a billion. So you're talking about is it 1,100 days? Tell me, what's the answer?
You ready? It's 32 years. A million. The difference between a million seconds and a billion seconds is 11 days to 32 years. So when somebody's like at a million, like I want to make a billion, like understand that fucking difference.
Yeah.
Like it's humongous.
It is.
And people don't fucking see it that way. But yeah, it's basically it's 100 times divided by 365 days.
Right.
And I've done the math.
32 years. I wonder if that's 1,100 days.
That probably.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see.
I don't have any calculators on me right now.
Hey Siri. What's
a billion seconds in time?
Okay, I found this on the web for 1 billion seconds in time. Check it out.
You know what? Because there's a way. Okay, I'll hook that up. But yeah, it's 32 years. It's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
It's fucking insane.
It's almost as old as I'm 34, so that's a long time.
It's a long time. So think about when like Kanye is worth like $4 billion. Like what? Or
$1 billion is insane. Like now, like $1 million is not that much, but it's still a lot. And when you're thinking about like a house at this point, because that's basically what we're like. $1 million for a house. Like you try to put that money down, and it's still a lot of money. Like even if you come up with $200,000, like $1 million is still a lot of money. But it's not at the same time. So
it's not sustainable.
Right.
It's there to buy a bunch of shit, but it's not sustainable. I heard the magic number would be like about 25 million. If you have 25 million, it's like, okay, I could buy any car I want. I could buy a house as long as you don't want a yacht. You're not worried about it.
Dude, it would take me so long to get 25 million. That's not even like if I can get $1 million, that'd be good.
But you say that, but like, I don't think so. Living in LA, like, I don't think so. Are you married, kids?
I have a fiance.
Yeah. That's $1 million right there. She's gonna take $1 million right there, like automatically.
No.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
No, she's good. She's pretty frugal. She actually keeps me under wraps. Because I would spend a fuck ton more if I.
No, but trust me, like. She does that because she knows how much money you have. She's like, honey, like, let's just be conservative. Let's fucking protect this. Let's invest. Let's grow. This is what we have to do with this caliber.
Yeah, no,
But when you make more money, it's like, well, we have to buy the house and we have to fix it up this way. And we need this table to match these chairs and these chairs and fucking chairs.
And pillows.
Dude, I was looking at pillows.
More.
Yeah, more pillows.
More.
It was $800 a chair. For dining room chairs.
I'm sorry.
$800.
I'm not doing that.
And my wife's like, you like these? I go, no. Not for $800.
Maybe for $200.
Like maybe $800 for all of them.
I know. Exactly. 4 chairs, $800,
like
$200 pop.
Ashley's furniture or something like. But everything's so much more expensive. Easily $1 million will go. Like for a house, you're not gonna.
You've been to what's that thing called? Oh my God. RH Restoration Hardware. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, everything is like. Insane.
Right, the table in the house.
It's a restoration. Yeah, it's probably like $2,000. Yeah, $2,000.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Pocket change, bro. Come on.
Not like IKEA though. It's like a couple $100.
But
I still got my IKEA shit though. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. Fuck IKEA.
No, fuck IKEA.
No, I literally. This was my last experience I had with an IKEA. I was looking for, and it's funny because I had the cabinet here, but I was looking for like a cabinet style piece of furniture.
Yeah.
And IKEA had this roller cabinet,
Like desk thing.
Yeah. It wasn't a desk. It was like literally for like clothes / toolbox. It looks like a toolbox,
But it had
it's
a
like
roller
clothes.
on it. That's weird.
But it had a roller door.
Okay.
It was the most confusing thing to put together. Number one, like I was like, what?
I know. I like to tell my
fuck.
my fiance that I have a degree in like IKEA, like contractor shit. You know.
Oh, you're good at putting that shit together.
Oh yeah, I can put together. I put together some
I could put
confusing
together,
stuff.
I could put together long-lasting stuff.
It's all figurines though too. Like
Yeah.
it's like okay.
But when it gets bullshit, like weird, like puzzle shit, like
it is hard. It takes a couple days.
When it's a fucking table and you're like, wait a minute, table's got a fucking top.
Yeah, there's
and a
4
frame
legs
and a 4 legs.
That's it.
That's it. Why is this broken up to 1,000 pieces? like, anyways. So after I put this thing together, it looks sloppy.
Oh god.
It looked shitty. I didn't like it.
wiggling
It was
and shit?
wiggling and stuff like this. And
okay.
and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I returned it, and for some reason, Best Buy had what's this brand? Gladiator. Are you familiar with Gladiator?
No.
They're garage. They're like they do like little cabinets and stuff like that.
cool.
But it's called Gladiator. This is Gladiator.
Oh cool. Oh cool. I see. Oh cool. And it goes up and down too, huh?
Well, yeah, that goes up and down and manually. This thing I've had for like 6 years. Okay, once I stepped away from the IKEA thing of the convenience of price for a little bit more, I got something that because here's the thing. Here's the thing with IKEA. You set it. You set it up once. If you don't move it, it lasts forever. But if you move,
Right, but
done.
I'm always having. I still have the dresser that I got in law school because when I went to law school, I went to IKEA and I'm like,
you went to law school.
yeah, I did go to law school.
What are you, an attorney?
I am an attorney.
Holy
I'm a criminal defense attorney.
Fuck, the best in town.
And I do personal injury. So if you guys get into an accident,
And I don't
for all
know
those motorcyclists out there.
I don't know if you know this, but you're my he's the Ride Boundless attorney. He's my attorney. Like I go to everything.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And
you trust me.
I just started that. I just started that, and I promise that's going to continue
Great.
on record.
Let's do it.
On record.
I'll protect you.
Fuck IKEA. Buy quality furniture. Spend a little bit extra money. Let's
Yes.
get into the law. Now you're a criminal attorney.
yeah.
What does that umbrella cover? Is that just murder,
So-
stealing, DUIs? Or
I mean,
is
it
that
covers
accidents?
anything from murder, attempted murder, which is obviously the worst crimes you could commit, to tickets, to infractions. So I do DUIs, I do domestic violence, I do possession of drugs, possession with intent to sell.
I got a buddy of mine. I got to tell you this story. He's probably not going to like this, but I'm not going to say names. I got a buddy of mine, and I was making a comment about some people that I know that are new to the country, and they're like, "Bro." I'm not gonna say bro the way they say bro, but they're like,
I already know.
bro. they're like, bro.
Ara.
What you do is you when you go into a new country, you figure out the laws and you find out what is the biggest reward with the leastest risk. You know.
I got cards over here.
And we're gonna pass out cards of contact information over here. So what gives the biggest reward and what has the biggest reward, smallest risk? Okay. So right before marijuana, in California it's legal, but right before marijuana was legal, they were like, well, marijuana's
Marijuana.
Marijuana's
I think
the one.
now it's probably like meth because meth is so cheap to produce. And so
That's such fucking crazy just to hear that comment. Like,
Yeah,
really,
meth-
that's
I-
like the
like-
least crime right
dude,
now.
there's if you're talking about drugs,
Yeah.
Heroin has a huge negative stigma. Meth has a huge negative stigma, but like heroin is more costly to produce.
But is that to the people selling it or to the people buying it or the law against them? Like what okay, so think about this. What is there that if they catch you, you're fucked?
Right now, fentanyl. Because fentanyl has.
That's the worst one.
That's the political flavor right now, right?
Yeah.
I had a client that got caught with 280 pounds of meth, and he spent one night in jail. So
You're the best
One night in
attorney I know.
280 pounds. That's a lot of meth
What's the price?
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
what
I'm
is
not in the market, so I don't know.
What was it?
I can tell you.
You're so silly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm talking about this bro of him talking about like high low risk, high reward.
Right.
And I'm
So what
talking
did
to
he
this,
say?
I'm talking to this other buddy of mine, and he said marijuana.
Okay.
But I'm talking to my other buddy, and he's a Meng. Hey, what's up, Meng?
Hey, it's
You know?
Meng.
And he's like, oh, and I was like, what do you mean? Oh, he goes, oh. I go,
What do you mean?
what's wrong, bro?
¿Cómo estás?
I go, what's up, Chico? And he's like, I just got into some shit. I go, what do you mean you got into some shit? He goes, yeah. So he started dealing some white powder,
Okay.
some baby powder, and he made a contact like in West Hollywood, and the contact in West Hollywood was like, yeah, man, you're like, well, here you go. So they paid him the money, and they go, look, Halloween's coming up. We're gonna need a little extra. So he did like 2-3 transactions. Now on this next transaction, they ordered for like triple digits, like of whatever they were doing, triple or 4, whatever, but more. He's driving and he's coming down La Cienega. This is West Hollywood. West Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he's coming down La Cienega and he makes a right on Santa Monica.
Right.
And there's like a gas station he passes.
Yeah.
And as he passes the gas station, a cop car just randomly pulls up behind him
Oh, he got fucking
and
snitched
fucking
on.
lights him out.
He got
Boop,
snitched
boop,
on.
boop, 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 boop. Do I have police?
No.
Wait. Oh,
No.
that's good. Dun, 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 dun.
He got snitched on.
So the cops pull him over, and they're like,
What was
do
the
you
PC
What
for
do you got in
that?
the car? And he's like, why'd you pull me over?
Yeah, bro. What's the probable cause for that stop?
Okay, which we're going to ask you how to handle it. I'm going to tell you how he handled
Okay.
it, and you tell me the
All right,
attorney
all right,
aspect.
all right.
So they're like, what do you have in the car? And he's like, why'd you stop me? And they're like, we ran your plates, and we saw you have a suspended license. He goes, well, that's bullshit because it's under my mom's name, and, how would you see my license?
Right.
They're like, do you have anything in the car? And he's like, I don't. They're like, please step out of the vehicle. He's like, I don't feel comfortable, stepping out of the vehicle. They're like, don't
Call
make
your
this
sergeant.
difficult. See, I want to hear this. So anyways, he steps out of the vehicle. They start searching the vehicle.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give permission. He yells out, I'm not giving you permission. I'm not giving you permission to search my car.
Right. They
And
have to have
they're
probable
searching.
cause to search.
And when they search, they find a coffee jar, whatever, and they find it. And he's like, I don't know what that is. That's not mine. I didn't give permission. This, that. Long story short, he gets handcuffed. He needs to get bailed out. He gets bailed out. COVID comes in. And, the DA's like, well, because I guess there wasn't probable cause for the stop, they didn't have right to search.
Right.
They kind of were like investigating for more evidence.
They're fishing.
And a year ended up going by. And I guess like it kind of just.
So for a felony, they have 3 years to file. For a misdemeanor, it's 2 years. But there needs to be probable cause to make the stop. So if you have tinted windows all the way around, probable cause. If you have something hanging from your window or your mirror, like a
Your rearview mirror.
your rearview mirror, like an air fresh cleaner, that's probable cause. That's illegal, right? They don't exercise that stuff uniformly, meaning that like they don't, if you, for example, I had.
Probably easier like that.
Okay, cool. I had when I was growing up, I had a 67 Volkswagen that didn't have a front license plate, and I got in trouble for not having the front license plate. And as the cop was, I also got in trouble for not having a front windshield, but that's another story because I was getting the car painted and I was making my way to Earl's shop, and this cop called me. He was like, "Do you realize, son, you don't have a?" I was like, "No, really? It's a bug. It's right in front of you." But as I was getting checked out, there was Porsches and BMWs driving around that didn't have that front license plate. And I looked at the cop. I was like, seriously, you're going to fuck me for this front license plate when you're not uniformly, putting this crime on other people. So you can beat those things. And probable cause is the way to go. So if you're doing an activity that is not sanctioned by law, you need to make sure you're not breaking 2 crimes in just one, right? So you're not driving around with your windows tinted. You're not driving around with a loud car. You're not driving around with a suspended license or a DUI or no license and it's registered to you. So you need to, make sure what you're doing. But it's all about probable cause. And if there's no probable cause, we can beat it. It's called a 1538.5. It's a motion to suppress based on improper collection of evidence. And that's what happened to your friend. Basically, they had no probable cause. There's a snitch. So he should, not deal with those people again because they're snitching on him.
Yeah. Well, this goes back to the low risk, high reward.
Right. So Coke has never
weed.
Been
Right.
Coke is never. It's always a felony.
Weed, you can like move. There was a time before it was legal. You can move pounds.
Right. And I still have clients moving pounds and getting caught. In Bakersfield.
Bakersfield is like the capital.
So I used to be a public defender in Bakersfield, and I'll tell you right now, that's not a good place to get stopped. But what they're doing in Bakersfield is if you're going up, the 99, they are positioning cops with canines at the beginning of the 99. And if the dog gets a sniff of something passing, they have another cop up the way a little bit that'll pull you over.
But I heard that's bullshit too.
That is
bullshit. They can control the cops, or they can control the dogs.
That is bullshit, and I'm gonna beat this case. But I do have a case like that right now, and there's absolutely no probable cause for it. They can't be sniffing everybody, like whether or not, yes, they can bring dogs to a stop that has PC for it, but they cannot have a dog sniff in order to create the PC on a fucking highway. Like, that's not okay. And I'm going to beat this case.
Well, you might, I got to remember where I saw this, but I was watching a documentary and it was a legit dude that pulled out like $85,000 from his savings account. He had bank receipts. He had fucking, everything. He was like a military guy and he was traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast. And he got pulled over randomly. And they're like, do you have anything in the car? He's like, well, officer, I have money. It's my money. I have the documents for my money. And, blah, 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 the cases. Anyways, so they ended up bringing they're like, well, this is a lot of money to be traveling with. This is not normal. He's like, I have documents.
Yeah, that's not enough to have a crime. Like,
yes.
Unless there's other things
No, I know,
involved.
but I'm just giving you the reference on this case because this was a huge deal.
Yeah.
They brought a canine. The canine smelled drugs, which they're saying was bullshit too, because 99.9% of fucking money has cocaine or has substances on it because it's just been traveled through it. Just
Sure.
period.
Sure.
They took his money. The guy lost his mind. Like, what the fuck? This, that. He ended up suing the police station. Won the case, obviously, with flying.
He's got his money.
Oh, he got his money because it was all proven. It was all documented. Like the guy was legit. But what happened?
Let me ask you: was he a white kid or was he a Mexican or was he Hispanic? Was he black?
The way that he looked to me, he was either Mexican or he was Native American.
So that could have been racially profiling kind of stuff.
No.
Right?
So what they do? Well, here's what the case unfolded to.
What state was this in?
This was Arizona at the time.
Oh, fuck Arizona. Dude.
Yeah. Scottsdale.
It's a police state. As soon as you drive in there, there's a big American flag that tells you.
So here's what was happening. What was happening is that Arizona knows a lot of people were taking weed and transporting it to the East Coast and then grabbing cash and taking it back home to California. Right. So randomly, they would just pick out fucking cars of whoever they wanted, and they would take this money because there was no way of proving that the fucking money existed.
And then they keep And they would keep the money. It's a tax.
Keep the money.
It's a tax. They taxed his ass.
Right. Where with this guy, it was like, no, bitch, this is my fucking money. I have documents and bank statements and this, that. But because it was like so much money, they're like, yeah, all right, let's bring the canines. They said they used a signal. The cops have a signal for canines to react or bark. That was used. They said it had the drugs on the money, which
they actually wait. Are you saying that they had evidence come out saying that they actually used a device in order to trigger the dog?
Not a device.
Is that just
not a
thought?
No. Like
it actually came out in evidence in court.
It came out that in evidence in court that police officers have a a signal or
Wow.
a fucking command, a command
That's all I have to say is wow.
that they can have the dog react like, you know, like
Yeah.
like all you got to do is convince the dog to bark, right? Like,
Right.
You know, like don't bark.
Yeah.
Bark. I got a
put
signal.
some hand signs,
Okay, calm
you know?
down. Put him in handcuffs. Put him fucking in handcuffs. Shut the fuck up. You have the right to. We're gonna look in your
We're gonna
car.
search your car now because the dog had a hit.
So this is why, like, if you have a case like this, trust me, it's worth looking up. This it was like on the History Channel
That's
or fucking
interesting.
something.
That's really
But this happened like 3-4 years ago.
and it was your buddy.
No. This is just something I was just
something
watching.
you read.
Yeah. It was just
Yeah, man, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, especially if it's not.
My grandfather told me this. My grandfather said, "Look, Robert, if the police, if you got to deal with the police, like whatever they say, just don't even. They're not going to help you. They're not going to do nothing.
They're not your friend.
The only person, this is his words, the only person that's going to help you is the judge. That's it. Okay? When you're out on the street, they have minimal and goals.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Well, and you.
Hopefully, I can
if you
sway the
have-
judge and the.
But the problem,
DA.
the problem is that you got to understand, man. I've been around. I've traveled. I've been many places. I haven't had somebody I can like really rely on or count on as a fucking attorney. So it's only a fucking nightmare because it's one of those things that you don't think about until
shit hits the fan.
until shit hits the fan.
And then where do you
something
go?
Just
You
bad
Google
happens.
criminal attorney, and you get all the people that pay for obscene amounts of clickbait kind of things, and that's not you're going to attorney mills, and that's why I'm a motorcycle rider, so I'm trying to provide service to the motorcycle community, and yeah, I'm here.
What's the when you say the motorcycle community, like what are your expertise? What do you want to focus on the most?
So I'm very good at criminal law. Very good at criminal law.
But what does that mean? Because like for me, it's like criminal law is like everything that's bad.
Yeah, it's yes, everything that you do that is wrong, I am good at fixing. I also do. So right now I have a multi-million-dollar
tickets.
I do tickets. So I do tickets on the cheap. However, it is several appearances typically. So
Harassment.
I do tickets. I do domestic violence. I do DUIs. I'm not really into restraining orders, like civil restraining orders. There are restraining orders that come out through DVU. It's called a CPO, a criminal protective order, that I can get fixed if we have cooperation from the victim. I do a lot of drug possession cases, a lot of transportation cases. I have a lot of marijuana cases where I have immigrants coming and being told, hey, it's okay to farm this stuff, and then it ends up that they're farming on somebody else's land. And
What a nightmare.
right, I've had a lot of cases in like Lancaster, especially there. I don't know what they're doing out there, but
There's just so much land over there that.
well, it's just random land. I literally had somebody who was in a stolen trailer, living in a stolen trailer that he did not know. There was a gun in the trailer. He was on land that wasn't owned by the people he was saying he was working for, and there was cash in the trailer, which means conspiracy to commit a crime, which is a felony, and then all the marijuana growth stuff. So, but I was able to get that dismissed. So I have a lot of immigration clients, and I try to fix, because obviously, we're in a world today where, before we were accepting all the immigrants, and now it's, build a wall, right? And I'm trying to help these people. So there's, for DACA recipients.
So you deal with that? Oh, really?
Yeah, for DACA recipients, I deal with a lot with, just them getting DUIs itself is...
Well, forget the DUIs for a second.
That's deportable, and
yeah.
they'll lose their DACA status based on a DUI.
But I've heard, I think it's DACA. The
Dreamers Act.
I've known people that have come here. They were brought at a young age, 3, 4, 5 years old. Now they're working.
They commit one crime, and all of a sudden they're here for...
they don't even commit crime. Now they're just really trying to get as legit as possible. and they can't. You know, like it's very difficult, or there's a wait.
Oh yes. Well, if you need immigration, I have immigration attorneys that I talk to like very frequently. So I definitely can refer people to immigration attorneys, but there is a path to become righteous in the U.S.
I just published an episode today, you know, and these people, Bach.
I love Bach. Those guys are cool.
Just released their episode today.
Hi, Bach.
Hi, Bach. Hi, Remy, Laura.
Yeah, they're great people. They're nice.
They spent a fortune. Bike Shed, the people at Bike Shed, they spent a fortune, and they had to jump hoops. And I've had conversations where, you know, practically ass kissing was necessary.
Oh man, the immigration process here is fucked.
And then it's crazy.
That's why I don't practice it. I refer that shit out.
Yeah, it's crazy because you think it's just like, oh, you know, South America, you know, whatever the case is, or the Caribbean.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
But it's
you're
everywhere.
English. You're
English,
going
London,
through the same
French.
stuff. It doesn't matter what color or nationality you are. You're going through the same steps. So, yeah.
What would be your expertise that you take pride in, that you're like, fuck, I got that?
Criminal law. I'm a criminal attorney. I'm good at my fucking job. I know how to.
How fast do motorcycle accidents turn into like criminal law?
You know, motorcycle accidents don't really come into criminal law. What that's personal injury stuff, and I do a lot of that. And I actually have a multi-million-dollar case right now with Lyft. We've settled a Uber case for almost $1 million. You know, and it's sad to see. You know, we see our friends go down, and it's very sad. And it happens too often. So, you know, a lot of people don't know. And those billboards that you see, those are kind of attorney mills, you know, where they're not going to treat you right and kind of lead you on a little bit. Versus myself, I'm a boutique. It's me. It's myself. I do have a very smart JD working for a Juris Doctorate working with me. That's been doing PI for 35 years. But yeah, we win. We litigate. That's what we do. And, you know, I try to really go out of my way to help motorcyclists, especially anybody that comes through BMC. Try to give them a discount, obviously. And I have. And, you know, in the amount of, I'm going to say that I've been very successful, to be honest, with criminal law, with personal injury stuff. I haven't provided a result to a client where they're like, well, fuck, you fucked me.
Yeah.
I'm shaving years off people's lives, or off their sentences, and all my clients are grateful. And I work my ass off. And it's a fun job. And I've been a rebel all my life, and fighting the man is in my blood. And I'm good at it. You know, I get the results. So,
yeah, there's a part of me that's like, fuck, man, being an attorney would be so fucking cool.
It's not, though.
But
it's not.
No, I know. but I've had my experiences dealing with the courts and going to court, and I see the same fucking attorneys.
It's a small world, so
it's a small world. But I see the same fucking attorneys, and they're holding these crates of files.
Yeah, that's how I used to be when I was a public defender. Just like literally,
There's
it
just
wasn't
so
even a bag;
many.
it was a crate.
It's like every fucking day.
Man, I've touched over 1,000 cases. Literally, if I log into like the LA court system, it'll say like 1,062 cases that just in LA County, right? So like it's just a ton of cases, and it's all the time, and it's great for business, but you know,
No, it's great for business, but like there's just something daunting about it. Like it takes a special breed to do it.
it does. You know, I've had to. Anxiety is a thing that, you know, attorneys have to deal with, and they have to deal with it hopefully productively without drinking or doing other things. And I'm able to handle it. I am able to handle it. Yeah, I'm built for this stuff. It's interesting. It's really
Now,
interesting.
what made you get into this career? Is it a family thing? It was
My
a push-
daddy.
Your dad.
No, so my dad was he went to law school. He went to New York Law School. He got his JD. Wasn't able to pass the bar, unfortunately. He took it 5 times. There was a plethora of issues that plagued his chances to pass the bar, and then my parents got divorced. And
What is it, like multiple choice or something?
So there's a lot of shit, dude. So they have a day of essays where they give you a fact pattern. It's
Like
called
what's
a
up essay?
performance
kidding.
essay. No, so it's like they give you like a fact pattern and they make you analyze it. So you have to write. There's 3 different essays you have to write, and you have to analyze every issue. And then there's something called the multi-state. The multi-state is something that every state kind of tests on. Those are multiple choice. And honestly, there's always 2 answers that are right. So it's really fucking hard. I was able to pass it on my first attempt, which thank God. Studied my ass off.
No, the reason I'm asking is I'm asking more like like the real estate test. It's not.
Oh, dude, I took that test in 30 minutes.
Did
that
you?
test is easy.
Wait, but but that's my point. My point is because we're talking about you brought up your dad not passing it. Then we're talking about these tests, and here's my problem with tests. The real estate test, I know for a fact that it's just memorizing shit. It's just
Right. You just gotta take.
It's not information. It's not knowledge. It's the question for this is answer for this. So if you can memorize that, then you're good. You pass it instantly.
Well, so for the bar, it's issue.
So my
spotting.
question is for bar, is it that kind of test?
It's issue spotting. So here's this issue, right? There's facts, and then it comes up with an issue, and then there's facts, issue, facts, issue, and you just literally need to know the issue and how to analyze that issue. And I took Barbary. So when I went to law school, I was able to secure a rep position for Barbary, which means that they gave me Barbie for free. So I just pushed that thing to the limit. I would get up at 8 o'clock, do my studying until noon, work out. At 1 o'clock, I'd start again. And it's literally just repetition, and it's being able to recall rules. So you see something, here's the rule. And you just have to literally regurgitate that onto the paper, and then regurgitate your analysis of that, and then shoehorn facts into it. Well, this fact fits here. It could go this way or this way, but it militates this way, so we're going to go with this answer. Next fact, next issue, this way, and that's all you got to do. And for anybody taking the bar, make sure that you put on headers, because the people that are reading aren't going to read your fucking paragraph. They're going to read your headers. If your headers are analyzing every issue, they're going to skip over it and you're going to pass. And that's what I did, and I passed.
Let's get into knowledge. Knowledge is power. I'm riding my bike. I see lights. Boop, 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 boop. I look down. I'm fucking 80 on a 55. Slow down. How do you handle this?
So my advice is
fuck you, officer.
No,
you can't fucking.
No.
Or-
My advice
Don't do
is
that.
to be super nice. Kill them with kindness. Ask them why they're stopping you. If they tell you were speeding, you just be nice and say, "Yes, officer, here you go," and you shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. Well, I was just just shut the fuck up. And give them your idea.
Cállate la boca.
Yeah, cállate la boca, way. And it'll work out. Once you start trying to really negotiate with them, they'll start to pick up on other things. So if you're drinking and like, hey man, I wasn't really going that fast, they're gonna be like, and the more you talk, the more smell they get,
Yeah.
And what's that? Is that multa? Is that red breast? What is that? Yeah. And then you're fucked. So,
Inside joke.
So, especially nowadays, COVID, I would put my mask on, to be honest. Like, officer, I don't.
All right, you heard it here. Put your mask on.
I don't feel safe with you breathing on me right now, so I'm going to put my mask on.
When's the last time you did a COVID test?
Right. But I wouldn't really give them a whole lot to work with. Don't try to talk to them. Give them your stuff and leave, because the more you get into it, the more they can get. And that's what they want. That's why they ask you questions. Hey, where are you going today? How was your day? Where have you been? Don't say shit. You say, you know what? I don't want to discuss my day today. What are you stopping me for? Speeding? Great. You need my license and registration? Yes. Here it is. Thank you. And move on. Because if you start to try to justify to them, they're self-righteous. Cops are self-righteous. They think they're in the right all the time, and they think that you're a bad person.
Cops think I'm bad.
They think everybody's bad.
Bastards.
Fuckers.
Bastards.
So, and call me. I'll help you out. 818-384-1128.
Damn, do you have a website?
I do have a website.
What's the
it's
website?
Forrest Miller Law. Wait, yeah, it's forrestmillerlaw.com.
Is that Forrest with one R or
It's
two R's?
two R's, like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
FORRESTMILLER, like the beer, law.com.
I seen your business card, motherfucker. I'm just making sure you let them know.
Yeah, so you don't want to give them a whole lot, because they're going to take, the whole good cop bad cop thing is
Well, it's
they legitimately
it's their job.
practice that stuff.
Yeah, it's their job.
And they're all muscleheads. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I was telling you before we started recording, I just can't believe how much manipulation or lies cops do. And
But they're allowed to do.
Well,
it's
yeah,
allowed.
Which is crazy, because I was talking to another buddy of mine. He's an attorney for some city, and he was like, you know what, it is ridiculous, and they've tried to open up a lawsuit against police officers for lying or manipulating to get information out.
But the court upholds it.
But it keeps getting upheld. So
The court upholds it. They
need
can lie to you.
You need to be
can't lie to-
careful, guys. You need to shut. You need to like really be quiet.
Yeah, I don't know.
And what is the study or the statistics of why people volunteer so much information? Because fuck, I've even done it.
I would assume that they're just trying to explain their way out of it, and
I don't even think it's that.
well,
I think it's nerves. I think it's people don't know how to act. I think it's.
I think they're trying to get out of it. They think it's their parents, and they're just making up excuses, and that's not how it goes. The excuses that you're giving them is giving them more facts and more things to hold up against you. And the more you talk, the more you slur, the more you smell, the more they have against you. So
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a scenario. I just got pulled over. I haven't been pulled over in fucking years.
I haven't been pulled over in like a decade. Thank God.
Dude, I haven't been pulled over in a decade. Easy. Like it's been so long. And right now this happened
In the Tesla.
in the Tesla. This happened 2
First
weeks
off,
ago.
fuck your Tesla.
Why?
As a motorcyclist, fuck your Tesla.
Why? What the fuck is this?
Because
Nazi
Teslas are the
bullshit?
worst drivers right
No,
now. They're
Priuses
so
are.
no.
Priuses.
You
No,
guys
no,
are
no,
the
no,
you
no,
guys
no.
are the new Prius.
Let me
You
tell
guys are
something.
distracted by that goddamn screen.
When you have,
You're entitled 'cause your
that's
car is so
funny
expensive.
You say that because if you listen,
Fuck Tesla drivers.
if you listen to my podcast, this is what I've been saying for years about Prius riders, and there's no fucking way that I'm a
Dude.
fucking like. You're talking about the people driving the cheapy Teslas. Like,
No, I'm not talking about you know what? The only people that I know, or not know, but
this
when
hate that you have.
when
I
am
have
talking about
Priuses,
Tesla
like,
S's,
fuck Priuses.
those guys don't fuck around. They're really good. But you're talking about any other Model 3s, the Y, the X, the Z, the G. I don't know what the fuck they are. But if you're not in an S, you're an asshole.
Oh, you see, I'm in an S. I'm in an S. You see, we're good. But I
You're
get
in an S?
Oh
You're in
yeah,
an
of
S?
course.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, come
I'm
on,
sorry.
Bro. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. You fucking kidding me, bro? Plaid edition. What the
Plaid?
fuck? Oh shit!
You gotta take me in that thing. You got
Oh,
plaid.
bro.
there. You got cheetah mode and shit.
We'll
Let's
take the
go.
podcast mobile.
Let's go.
I got fucking
Cars
pulled
and
over.
coffee.
Cars and coffee. I got to start doing that. I want to do that with the fucking bikes. You know?
Yeah, let's do it.
Bikes and coffee.
Yeah.
But dude, I got pulled over 3 times in my life of driving the exact same way. Okay? And this is how I get pulled over. Speed of traffic. Cop car behind me. No idea. It's fucking midnight. Fucking I can't see shit. On my way to Vegas. Lights spark up. Boop, boop. I'm like, oh, fuck. They passed me.
Wait. What car was it? Was it a Charger?
I think it was a Charger.
Okay.
This is Barstool.
Yeah. I just, it's always good to.
Yeah.
What kind of cops these are?
Oh, I got it on video. I got on
right?
video because the Tesla records all of it, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He passes me, turns on lights. I slow down. What the fuck?
He passes you.
Passes me, pulls over the car in front of me, and I back up like, the fuck out of here, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fucking.
That's
and
not
he
me.
waits for me, and I'm like, let me go around you, and he's like, no, you too, dude. And I'm like, there's no way. You pulled over the car in front of me. You can't double dip,
They do that.
He's like, yo, like, pull over. And I was like, fuck, man. And he pulls me over. Anyways, I'm watching the video because the car recorded everything, right? And there's like 3-4 cars in front of me. It's a one lane. It's a fucking one lane because there was traffic all over the fucking place. It was on a Friday. And I'm looking at the video and I'm like, dude, I'm going to speed of traffic. I'm not going faster. I didn't pass anybody up. I didn't do anything.
But how fast were you going, though?
He said 70 on a 55.
Oh, because there was construction.
No, there was no fucking construction.
There has to be. If you're going to Vegas and it's 55,
No, because it's the back roads. It wasn't the main roads.
Oh, you're going through past the 14?
I think it was like it was past the 14, and then it was like one of the ones between the 14 to the fucking 15.
Right.
Like when you're getting over there.
That I forgot what road it is.
Yeah, but it's that one road
that goes across the thing. Yeah.
And it goes vroom, vroom. So he pulls me over, but I'm looking at the video and I'm like, dude, I get it. I can do fucking school, whatever, because I haven't had any issues. But I'm looking at the video, I'm like, that's fucked up because there's literally, you could see like 4 or 5 cars, speed of traffic, and
So there was no the speed limit was 55?
Yeah, speed limit was 55.
Right.
Anyway, so and I was like, yo, come on, dude. And he's like, oh, that's a catch-22.
I'll tell you how.
And I'm like, fuck I would, your catch-22, but
I would tell you how I would go about that case. I would kick it out twice.
You'd kick it out twice?
Twice. And then appear, and then most of the time the cop doesn't show up if you kick it out a long time because they don't remember. And also, some of them get paid overtime for doing it. Some of them are like, fuck it, that's my day off, and they don't show up. I've honestly only had like 2 tickets show up.
But if you show up, you got to show up.
If you show up, you got to show up, and then you're back to being like, hey, I'm going to do traffic school. Okay. That's it. But the thing is, for me to do those appearances, it costs money, right? So,
right, especially when it's in Barstool.
Yeah, if it's in fucking Barstool,
because then you're travel and travel there, travel back,
right? So, I charge about $500 per appearance for tickets, but it would be probably one appearance
to Barstool.
To Barstow, right?
And then if he doesn't show up, it just gets kicked out.
It gets dismissed, and you're good to go. If it doesn't. Some judges will let you reduce it. So these judges are not judges. They're pro temps. They're attorneys that want to be judges and they don't know the fucking law. And they're like, well, I don't really have discretion to reduce that. And then you're like, well, actually you do under PC this, and you can get them to do it, and sometimes you can't get them to do it. But at the end of the day, you're still at traffic school. Or it gets dismissed and it's gone, and you don't have to pay the $432 fee that you got.
Yeah, I don't even know, dude. I haven't been pulled over in so long. The guy gave me a printout. I was like, you guys are printing shit now from your cars? That's fucking magic, dude. Like, it was literally like, I was like, this is fucking beautiful.
What is this? Are you
so professional.
My go order or what?
Dude, I used to get fucking tickets. Like, I think attorneys had to like take classes of pharmacists have to take classes on how to read prescriptions because doctors shitty fucking.
Oh yeah, no, like you can't. I don't understand why they just don't write them nicer. There's like.
I have the explanation.
Why?
So a lot. I have a lot of doctor friends. So a lot of these people have beautiful handwriting, but when you take medical school, when you take med school. The information coming in is so fucking rapid.
That's why you type.
Well, you're talking today, and we're talking like why it's been like that for the past 50 years.
Yeah.
When it starts, when people start taking their fucking notes, they write in a way that only they can
no
read
way.
it.
In law school, there would be no way for me to write shit. I would not. If I didn't have my laptop, I'd be fucked. You would not be an attorney.
Yeah, I went to Pepperdine. I was working on my master's there.
Yeah.
I did everything on my fucking tablet.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, it was the only way. I tried to write, and I was like, "This is ridiculous." There's like your writing goes to shit.
There's people that would write like the tests and stuff like that, and you'd be like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, it's going to take you an extra hour to write this test." And I only wrote on one test, and I got an A, but it was unplanned. I didn't realize I had a test that day. So,
okay, let's talk about hypothetical scenarios. Ridiculous shit.
Hypothetical shit.
Yeah, I'm riding my motorcycle and I hit somebody.
You hit somebody.
Pedestrian.
Pedestrian.
Yeah.
You better have
It just
insurance.
popped up.
You better have well. Okay. What time of the day is it?
It's fucking what's crazy? I don't know. Tell me.
I don't know. Either in the morning.
AM. I was going to work.
Well, okay.
It's 8:36.
8:36.
Yeah.
Okay.
AM.
Is it somebody that looks put together, or are they homeless? That's a consideration here.
They're wearing a suit.
Oh, you're fucked.
And a red tie.
You're fucked.
No,
better have insurance. That's that. Like, if you hit the guy, is he in a crosswalk, or is
he's on a one-way. It's a one-way for you, and he was crossing the one-way. Like, let's say Pasadena. They have one-ways.
They have
We're
one-ways.
downtown.
They have one-ways.
We're just making up shit.
In California, pedestrians have the right of way no matter what. It's not Texas. So, if somebody's not in a crosswalk in Texas, you can hit them, it's their fault. Here, that's not the case. So,
okay, I have insurance. Everything's good. But for some reason, I have a gun on me. And I'm like, fuck, what do I do with my gun?
Well, the gun doesn't really matter because it's not really pertinent to the issue. It's
in my saddlebag.
Was it loaded? Or are the bullets separated?
It's loaded.
Do you have a CCW?
Not in California.
Okay. And the cops come or no?
I stopped. Not me. It's hypothetical.
Yeah.
The motorcycle hits, and then I kind of balanced it. And as I balance it, I finally stop upright, and I'm like a block and a half down.
Okay.
And everybody's running to the guy.
Okay. Well, as long as you stop and go back to the scene, you're good. I'm assuming one of those.
So if I make a U-turn to go back to him
on the one way,
I mean,
that's a
or should I go around the block?
That's a ticket. I just leave my bike where it is and walk my ass over there.
Because people panic. People don't know what the fuck to do.
Right. Well, first off, you should never leave the scene of an accident until your business is done, whether a cop comes or not. As long as you exchange information, correct information, you can take off.
Now, I stop. Guy's hurt. I have decent insurance, which that's another thing that I talked about on this podcast. Update or upgrade your insurance.
Yeah, like you cannot have a minimum policy of 1530 because that it's not gonna it's not gonna work.
The difference between like a 1530 and a fucking whatever 500 or a million, whatever the case,
100,000. Yeah.
100,000. It's not that much more. It's more, but it's not that much more. No. Like, get better fucking insurance,
right?
And get non-motorist insurance.
Uninsured motorists, especially if you're a biker, because you don't have a cage to protect you.
Yeah,
so that's going to help in terms of getting more medical help. And it's sad to say.
So let's say this: we got a decent insurance. This guy was rushing and he jumped in front of the bike. Okay, whatever.
So it's your fault. You go back, you give him your insurance, and you can take off. And that's it. You're not going to get unless the guy dies, or.
That's my question. When does it become like a real criminal thing? Like if the guy dies?
If the guy dies. If the guy dies, it's a criminal thing because there shouldn't be a reason for somebody dying. It would be a vehicular manslaughter, which I have one of those cases as well. If you're at night, if it's at night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and you hit somebody, hopefully, not hopefully, but hopefully the guy's fucked up and is under the influence. And you say, well, he wasn't, especially if it's not in a crosswalk.
Yeah.
Hey, well, he wasn't of sound mind and it's not my fault. It's his fault because he stepped out into oncoming traffic.
Which what happens then? The insurance still covers it, right?
So your insurance should protect you, right?
Right.
They're obligated to protect you. You don't really need
but you get points if it's your fault versus no points if it's his fault.
Right. And the points thing can be, you can go to traffic school and whatnot for that kind of stuff. But it's very important that you at least stay and convey your information, because if you don't, it's going to cause a lot more problems and make you look like you're guilty, like it was your fault. But, I have a case right now where this guy walked out into somebody, and the guy was high on coke and alcohol, and it was 2:00 in the morning. And the guy died. And it's his fault because he was high on coke and drunk and crossed at basically a railroad crossing, behind a railroad crossing, which if you know a railroad crossing and it goes up and down, you're behind you can't see that person. How is the person supposed to be liable to see you, right? So I feel confident about that case. But yeah, you need to make sure that you do what is expected of a citizen, and that is to stay and transfer your information. After that, we can deal with it. If you don't do that stuff, you're going to be fucked a little bit more. We can still deal with it. Depends on your age. It just, it's case by case basis, but
there's like no case alike.
Well, there are some cases alike.
Really?
And, yeah, that's why they have case precedent where a case comes up and a court will rule in a certain way, and then it gets appealed, and then the court either upholds it or changes it, and you look to those cases to find out if when you have a similar case, how to react or how the court should react, and then you can make the arguments based on that.
Yeah. What's going on with the people committing crimes and they just get booked and released? Like, is that still happening?
Well, first off, everybody's talking shit about Gascon right now. First off,
he's Cuban, huh?
Is he?
Yeah, Gascon.
Oh yeah.
That's the rumor.
Look,
I don't know.
he was in San Francisco. San Francisco is not a place to really idolize, given that they've had the same issues since the 60s. They have too much homelessness. Yeah. These homeless people call themselves hippies. They're not hippies. They're just they're fucking homeless and drug users.
Well, it was the hippity capital. Hippity hop.
But
but it was the hippie capital of the world,
right?
In
but
the 70s.
George Harrison went out there in the 60s to find the hippie movement and came back and said, "Y'all are fucking homeless. You're not hippies. You're just homeless." Yeah. And going to law school in San Francisco and being around that stuff, right? That's what's going on. There's too much homelessness, and it's due to drug use. And Gascon, you can't.
Yeah, Havana, Cuba.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
You have a lot of people that, this is not a, in and outdoor, right? And there needs to be rehabilitation of these people. You can't expect a drug user to go in, come out after being in jail. Anybody who's been in jail knows that that's not a place to rehab. It's a place to learn how to be a better criminal.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody's all
or
fucking,
an attorney,
a jailhouse attorney,
just kidding.
Not with actual fucking. I have a doctorate. I'm a doctor. No, I'm not. I do have a doctorate though. So
Gascon,
so he's coming here to do this stuff, and is at a time where the nation literally has unprecedented crime going on. It's all over the nation. It's because of COVID and this recession we're going through. I don't care what fucking Biden says. We're in a recession right now.
Yeah.
When the feds come out and say, "Hey, we're going to raise this, 0.75 for 3 months in a row," whatever they did, that's a recession.
Sounds very political.
I'm sorry, no politics here. So,
Gascon releasing prisoners.
So
is it right or wrong?
Gascon,
people talking shit about
him. Look, if you're a violent criminal, your ass should be in jail. If you're not a violent criminal and you're, slanging marijuana or meth, those are non-violent crimes. And sure, you should stop doing that. But when you have the prison population is like 235%. They're over capacity right now because they're just fucking locking up everybody, right? So people that are non-violent,
Are they locking up everybody? Because my understanding, the public eye, I'm going to represent the public eye for a second, and you're in the legal system, is if you commit a crime and it's a misdemeanor, they're going to book you and release you.
well, it depends on the crime, one, and it's a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor is not like, first
But
off,
a DUI is a misdemeanor.
sure, but your fourth is not, right? And there's still people not going away for those. You have, because they're non-violent. They're out. They're not beating or hurting people.
Well, I'll give you an example. What about the okay, let's talk about this case. We got a case study now. What was it? 9 o'clock in the morning. This happened about 2 weeks ago. Some kid went on a one-way and hit the police officers. They were running in the morning. Remember that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
So there's a police
Where was this at?
boot camp. This was
Oh, yes, in Orange County or whatever it was, right?
yeah, like borderline of the county.
Right.
There's like
right.
a police camp. So
That guy was that I thought that guy was like aiming for them. I knew what they were doing.
So
That's violent. That's violent.
They released him the next day.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That wasn't LA County though.
No, it wasn't
No,
LA
so you
County
can't
because
say-
they had different county. No, I'm not picking on my.
No. I know. But I'm just saying for people who are like, oh, Gascon is not doing us right.
No.
That wasn't in fucking LA County. That was in a different county.
Nobody's taking sides or not sides just because he's Cuban. You know, like whatever.
That's not because he's Cuban. It's because everybody's getting robbed.
No. What I'm saying is. I'm gonna jump to San Francisco real quick.
Okay.
San Francisco creates a law saying if you steal under $999, you're not gonna get arrested. I get it. The jails are full. They're fucking packed. It's a fucking mess. But why are they going on TV and promoting it and saying, "Hey guys, if you steal anything under $999,
They went on TV and promoted that.
Oh, it was on the newspapers. It was on the news. It was all over the fucking place. Now, if you go on YouTube and you look at criminals stealing stuff from Walmart, CVS.
Oh, yeah, they're all over the
They had
place.
to close. They had to close. You see security guards.
But
like
I will
this.
say,
like I can't
I
do
know.
nothing. So
But I will say that
now back
Gascon
to-
is not up there right now. So
We're not. No, we're not talking, bro. We're not talking
I'm
about
just.
Gascon.
I know.
Like,
But there's people trying to recall this guy.
Gascon, I want you on the podcast.
Yeah,
and,
come down.
I would love to have you. I'd love to talk to you.
Me
I'd
too.
love to pick your brain.
Me too.
I heard you were at the bike shed.
Really?
And- oh yeah, he was at the bike shed a few months ago.
Did they get TVs yet?
No, for the soccer?
Yeah, they should fucking have TVs,
Yeah.
dude. How are you gonna have a bar and not have TVs?
It's the prices of like to stream that shit. This like it's science or something. I don't know. It gets expensive.
Dude, if Hinanu,
because they
if Hinanu can have it in Venice and they only take cash and they're a dive bar, Bike Shed can have it too.
but they're he's probably doing it very like black box and
Whatever. I won't say
yeah.
anything. Bike Shed, just fucking get it done.
yeah. No, but the question is that like again, it's not about Gascon. It's about California.
Yeah.
How that guy hits these police officers, which had a bunch of different police recruits from different departments throughout the LA County and Orange County. And
So-
they're like, he's going to be facing, there was
Right.
5 badly injured.
So
plus 11 injured.
my first
They
question
released
is
they released him out on bail.
me personally, I'd probably try to declare a doubt on him, saying that he's not fit to stand trial. And then I get a therapist or a psych to write a letter saying he's not fit to stand trial. And then they would release him to some sort of mental hospital. I'm not sure exactly how they released him.
That's what they're doing. They're saying he had some
Right, it's
mental exhaustion.
Right. It's probably a mental health diversion. But you can't divert murder, but absolutely my strategy would be to declare a doubt on him and have him like certified and then go to trial, because then he can't stand trial.
What do you think about scenes? I'm very random if you listen to this podcast.
But yeah, just off the cuff. Let's go.
What I'm thinking is a Denzel Washington
Yeah.
Training Day, where he gets his guy and he says, as they're going to sentence him, the guy had peanut butter in his ass, but nobody knew he had peanut butter in his ass.
Oh, yeah.
He reaches down, he grabs the peanut butter, he starts eating it, and they dismissed the case and released him.
That doesn't happen.
Okay.
If he did that, they'd be like, we're going to declare a doubt. Bailiff, sheriffs, can you please go? And they'll put on gloves and go get him and put him in the back, and then he'll be released to a mental health hospital. They ain't gonna dismiss that shit. That's not how it works.
Or I think I think that's what happened, right? Or whatever. He got away from the sentence of life in jail and went to a mental hospital.
Yeah, and then you just got to do your time in mental health hospital, and then when you become competent, then they come and try you, and then you're still liable. So when I was in Bakersfield PD, there was a lot of people that I was basically in charge of all the in custody clients, and a lot of these, it was all misdemeanor stuff, and a lot of these guys were obvious users, and I would see them, weeks later, and they'd be like, Mr. Miller, I'm so sorry, I'm back here, blah, 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 blah. And if I was told specifically not to declare a doubt on them, it's called 1368, where you declare that you have a doubt on their sanity, that they're not fit. And I was specifically told, do not do that, because they'll be in the mental health hospital longer than the punishment for the crime that they committed before they come back to court. And I literally had a trial where, oh my God, this guy ran in. I think he was using heroin. I think he shot up outside of a 99-cent store, and then had like a purging incident where he needed to either shit, piss, or throw up or whatever. So he ran into this 99-cent store, pulled down his pants with his dick out, and he ran straight to the back, to the black doors. And then he started peeing once he got behind the black doors. And people were saying that he was, sitting there, yanking it. And the guy had been there he had like 255 days in jail already because of COVID and whatnot. And I had the trial, and the judge called me to the back and was like, hey, are you going to declare a doubt on this man? I'm like, nope. Well, why not? Well, because he's helping me with his defense, which he was kind of. But the judge declared a doubt himself, and I got up and I fucking yelled at the judge. I was like, this is improper. If you convicted him today, he'd be out today because he's already spent more than 6 months in jail. Now you're declaring a doubt. He's going to be in here for 6-8 months. This is unjust. And the judge looked at me in Bakersfield like, boy, you better shut the fuck up. And I just like sat down and, what am I going to do? Like, boy, we do, like this.
What did he say, boy?
No, he just looked at me like a fucking, and I was like, yes,
like
sir.
You could hear
yes.
it. Yeah.
I could hear what he was thinking. Shut the fuck up. And I got COVID that trial too. So
sue the courthouse.
Through the fucking courthouse.
What a fucking mess, man.
Yeah.
It's you would think law is black and white, but
it's not. It's not.
There's no black or white. It's
not.
just
You
all
need to make
gray.
sure you get a good attorney, because even if it's not me, good attorneys, you all see the meme of, hey, if you got this attorney, you're going to jail, with the sloppy and the baggy jeans or baggy pants or whatever. You need somebody who looks, acts, speaks, and presents himself like a boss, and then you're going to do well.
The way that I described you is I had an issue, and I reached out just to I didn't want to do anything yet, but I just wanted some information.
Yeah.
And the way I described you is you were like a fucking pit bull, where you're like, let me just fucking take care of this right now. And I'm like, no, you don't have to. It's not even that. I'm taking care of this right now. And you jumped on it so fucking quick, like a fucking pit bull, like a boss, that I was like, holy fuck. And after that moment, I was like, okay, this is the guy that I got to deal with. This is the guy I got to recommend. This is the guy that I want part of my brand. This is the guy that I want to work with. This is the guy that I want to help me do laws and regulations for my guests, and recording and filming and everything else. And then that really, because other people are just like, it's okay, just don't do this, don't do that.
You have guys just crossing or checking the boxes off, but that's not what, as far as I understand, what being an attorney is, right? I'm not here to check the boxes off. I'm here to solve your problem. And and there is a little people pay you money and they expect it to go away like that. And that's not how this works. It takes massaging, it takes strategy, it takes
It's a process.
charisma. It's a process, and you need to let me do my fucking job. But understand, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well, and you're going to get the best results that I can possibly, because I just this is my life.
Yeah.
I hunt, kill, and cook my own meat. So this is it for me, and I have a great fucking time doing my job. I love my job, and I appreciate the persona that I present in court, and I think that it's very much so respected by the judge. And the DAs get fucked, so it's great. I just had a DA today, dude. The worst DA I've ever dealt with in Lancaster, and the judge just ran over her for me because I was presented, and I'm, I present well, and I won. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
You also have experience, and you work in and you have a team for PI work.
Right. So I do a lot of PI stuff. I think I said it earlier. I have a multi-million-dollar lift case. We've settled a Uber case.
The multi-million-dollar lift case is a PI job, or
Yeah, it's a personal injury job. Basically, this woman was in the back of a lift car.
no, sorry. Yeah. See, that's a good question. There's a mix-ups. Private investigator, personal injury.
So PI means personal injury.
Got it.
I'm not a detective by any means.
Got it. See, that was my misunderstanding.
Right. So PI is personal injury. So for all those bikers out there that get hit by a car, I can help. And I can help make sure that, one, you're taken care of by the doctors you're seeing. Two, make sure you're getting the most out of the injury, because if you just go through the insurance, they're just going to pay straight for your medical bills and straight for your thing, and you're not going to get any cash in your hand. But
so that's I want to talk about the and we'll talk about this later. But the worst case scenarios. What happens if you get hit, and let's say the insurances are all great, but you picked up a shitty attorney? How does an individual get fucked if they get the wrong attorney?
Well, they can send you to doctors and have you're doing too much doctor work. Sending you to hospitals and stuff just to show that there is medical expenses, and then all of a sudden, there's no mechanism of injury that produces what you're saying. Therefore, we're not going to pay for all that extra stuff. That seems like it's pre-existing. Like, I have a lower back injury. Well, how long have you had the lower back? Well, I've had the lower back injury since I was 15 years old. Okay, well, we're not going to pay for that stuff, right? You really need to make sure that the work that you're doing medically is to your injury.
Case, yeah.
And you can't really fudge that too much. And you shouldn't fudge that too much. Another way is them just not really knowing how to negotiate. I have people on my team that have been doing this for 35 plus years, and they're older than most of the adjusters, right? And they've been doing it for a long time, so they understand exactly what the game is. This isn't.
You're not one of those law firms that takes everybody's experience and adds and say we have 300,000 years.
No,
of
I'm telling you
experience.
specifically. I have a team, and this one gentleman has 35 years experience. Right? I don't have 35 years. I'm 34 years old, so that's impossible. But I will say that experience is utilized in the firm, and that's what we go off of, right? So I the firm does have 35 years experience.
Yeah.
And my guy is amazing. He knows what the fuck's going on. And he's very intellectual. He's a JD, went to New York Law School. And we're winning. We're fucking winning, and we're doing good by we're doing good by our clients, and that's what it's about, right? I'm really just trying to make sure that I'm not out here selling shit. I'm out here selling myself, and I want to make sure that everything that I provide to my clients is top notch, because the legal world is a small community, right? I'm here to be a good person. I was raised Catholic. Not that means anything, but I'm here to put out good energy into the world, and I'm not here to screw people. And by no means is that how I'm operating my businesses. So yeah, we have 35 years experience, and we're able to carry on these huge cases, and we're a boutique firm. We're not one of these firms that has a billboard on the thing called Jacob. Sorry, Jacob and Ronnie. Where you're dealing with not even like the second tier of the attorneys. You're dealing with like brand new associates, right? Like, and you're just another number on their page. I have my clients text me, to my personal phone. And if anything happens, I respond right away, right? You're not going through layers and layers of, hey, can I talk to my attorney? Yeah, sure. He'll call you in like a couple of days, and then a couple of days comes, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it's when you have a newer group of attorneys, it seems like they're hungrier. It seems like It's
not that they're hungrier. I feel like they have a chip on their shoulder. And being a younger attorney, relatively recently, maybe 5 years ago. And
39 years. That's what I said. You got to get all the experiences. Right. Everybody's
yeah. And now, when I was a new attorney, I was definitely a bigger asshole. And now I'm learning, and that's why they call it practicing law, right? You practice just like practicing medicine, right? It's all practice. They don't teach you how to practice law in law school. They teach you how to think. Practicing law comes with actually doing the cases and handling them and trying different techniques and whatnot. And just dealing with different attorneys, there is an art to it. It's legitimately an art. And you can definitely tell when attorneys are new. They're just like, fuck you, I'm going to fucking do all these things. And you're like, dude,
take it easy.
Chill out. We'll get you the discovery. Don't worry about it, But it's, what's funny is that when I was becoming an attorney, all the old heads were like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I was like, no, dude, fuck you. You guys are naysayers. I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to do a good job.
Yeah. And
now that I'm an attorney and people come up to me, don't fucking do it. Just because it's so much stress and
bro, I give you fucking credit. I'm telling you.
No, and
I've dealt with attorneys and I've dealt with court cases, and just every day on that fucing grind and dealing with the judge and
it's just like
stories. And
it's not just like the judges though. It's the clients come to you and they're coming to you at their most traumatic time, right? Like when they're going for an attorney, shit has hit the fan, and it hit it a while ago, and like, oh, maybe I should call an attorney.
Yeah.
And then they pay you dollars, lots of dollars, and then they expect you to fix it. And that's, like I said, that's not how it works. So the stress of, hey, is my car out? Hey, did in my property? Hey, did you talk to the judge? Hey,
like, hey, no.
Hey,
I don't think so.
I wrote the motion, and like they're going to respond to it, and I'll fucking let you know, but yeah, it's, when you hear about people making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 off of fucking social media, you're like, man, did I get into the wrong profession here? Work my ass off, study all this time, and become a smart individual to, and hustle and kill and skin my own fucking meal. Did I make the right choice? And you know what? I think I did.
Dude, the social media thing's so hard.
I think I did.
The social don't ever compare the social media, because
it's just frustrating.
It's not frustrating. It's what's frustrating? It's frustrating when you're in the social media game and you're seeing people blow up for no fucking reason.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm
what
sure.
the fuck?
Yeah.
98 episodes, motherfucker. Fucking millions of fucking posts, intricate conversations, hours of fucking content.
Well, this is different. You guys are doing shit. Like the people that are just like, especially the girls, your girls are doing the...
Oh, yeah. Dude, we got to start OnlyFans.
What?
Like,
yeah. Like, let me fucking shake my ass and make fucking $200,000 a year for fucking...
More. I had a girl on the podcast, CJ CJ.
CJ.
And she's clearing like 50, 60,000 a month.
A month.
Yeah. She's got a podcast too.
You know what? I love like these porn stars now are on Twitter, and they're considered streamers. And it's like, no, they're porn stars. like I don't know who it was, but somebody was at a Twitter event and she broke her back, and like there was all this stuff about like the streamer broke her back. Like, are you sure it was from streaming and not from?
Yeah.
You know? It's just kind of funny.
No, we're in an interesting time of how people are making money. And,
it is
and
interesting.
living.
And people have so much money right now.
It's so crazy, dude.
Think about people buying houses out here. Like, where the fuck are these people getting this money? And it's just insane. Are you coming on our ride this Saturday?
I'm driving there.
You're gonna drive there?
Yeah.
Why aren't you gonna ride?
Yeah, my wife's in Dubai, and I got my 3-year-old.
Oh, you got your kid for sure.
So I'm gonna take him out, check out the bikes.
Cool. You're gonna come to RSD.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got a big announcement.
I had rolling sands on that. Yeah. I'm familiar. Big announcement.
Yeah, big announcement. I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah,
but I know you're having another meeting with.
Yeah.
Franco and Adam.
Actually, we were just talking, but right as you got here.
Right.
Got
well,
those
I
messages.
talked to them about that. So I was like,
nice. Oh, they know you're here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, I was like, hey, should I plug this thing? Like, let's wait.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Don't say anything. It's only for us because we're.
I had Roland Sands on the podcast.
Did you? They're cool people. I like them.
Oh, Roland's. What's cool is, confession. Like when I talked to RSD, I was like, I want to interview like a manager or something. Like I didn't even I'm not gonna fucking ask Roland, right? And this was in the middle of COVID. This is like, masks, fucking vaccines, blah blah blah. And I showed up to RSD at the old location, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Robert, we're waiting for you. Roland's upstairs waiting for you." I'm like, "Go to his office," and they're like, "Yeah, you know where his office is at?" And I'm like,
"No."
I think, right? It's like over there. They're like, yeah, upstairs. I was like, oh, over there upstairs? They're like, yeah. So
behind the velvet rope.
So I go upstairs and I meet Roland. I set up and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is because that was
I've never met Roland.
Only
like I've read the CEO. She's a very nice woman. I forgot her name. And then
listen to that podcast.
Annie. I don't think Annie's working there anymore though, but
listen to that podcast. That one, number one, it's a mind fuck because it's like a time travel of the middle of the pandemic. There was no traffic anywhere, whatever the case is. And number two, within 5 minutes, we were doing your mama jokes, like just your mama's so fat. Like we were just doing mama jokes.
That's funny.
He's like, because we were.
Did he have a mask on? Did you have a mask on?
No
dude,
masks. We were cool, dude.
Whiskey and
no condoms. Nothing.
Speaking about whiskey, can we get a whiskey shot?
Yeah, man. This is water, bro.
It is water, and I'm done with my water. Sweet.
Here we go.
So,
this is awesome to have you on the podcast.
You and I met at the Sony gig.
Yeah,
that was very cool. Being Angelino, born and bred.
Cheers.
Salud. I've never been, let me take that back. My dad and I hopped the fence at Universal a couple of times to just walk around. I was raised by my daddy. Parents got divorced when I was 8, and I chose to live with my dad. I love my dad. I'm like my dad, but I'm new and improved. I like to say all the bad things, kind of trying to chip away at those things.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Sony studio was fucking cool. It's always like, I feel like we're going to like Disneyland almost. Everything was so nice, and like the grass was cut very nice.
The cleanest, most.
They had the rainbow for the Wizard of Oz.
Well, to add to what you're saying, I'm from LA. Like LA's like
born and bred.
Fucking.
Where were you born?
LA. I don't talk about that.
Oh.
Okay. So
were you born in LA then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I won't. But if you weren't born in LA, what the fuck?
No. I was born in LA. Oh yeah.
I was born in Bellflower. Just
Bellflower. See, but that sounds gangster.
Kaiser, fucking
my
Kaiser.
shit doesn't
Bellflower.
sound as gangster as that. So like.
Yeah, I was raised in fucking
I can
Baldwin
bleep it
Park,
out.
El Monte.
Hold on, I'll bleep it out. Oh, Glendale.
That's not
dick.
bad. That's
it's
not bad.
You know.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not no. There's no problem. But
Memorial right there, huh?
yeah, a lot of
that's
people.
a good
But a lot of
hospital.
people are like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Well, back in the days, it was super fucking nice.
Was it? I didn't realize that.
But it's interesting because like what you bring up is that Sony Studios. I've never been to that Sony Studios.
Right, I drive past that thing all the time.
Number one, that's my other thing. I never even been in that neighborhood.
Oh, Culver City?
And I was like, well, I've been to Culver City, but like
it's right there,
people
like-
that I visit in Culver City are like, oh, that's not even near that.
Yeah,
I visited.
Culver
like,
City's big.
yeah, that's the other thing because I always went by like where that mall's at.
Yeah, Fox Hills.
The Fox and like that mall gets fucking pretty ghetto, dude. Like
That's a horribly built mall. There's nothing in there.
there's nothing in there.
There's Gold's Gym in there is like the tiniest fucking thing.
Why the fuck is there a Gold's
I
Gym
don't
in the
know.
mall? So that's what I'm saying. So when I saw that part of Culver City, I'm like, holy fuck, this is a nice neighborhood. This is some.
You know what? I've been looking at houses over there.
I've been in the valley my whole life.
They're like 1.2 for like 900 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's like not even like it's whoa. And they're built in like the 30s. You know, like it's like it's interesting. They're very small properties over there.
Well, that's how Burbank is. Burbank has a lot of small properties. Burbank has like small houses. They have all bungalow shit.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, I've been like that's crazy. I've been in the valley. Well, I've lived in different parts of California, and I lived in Miami for a little bit. But I've been in the valley. Every time I lived in LA, I've been in the valley.
Yeah?
Like I went to Burbank Elementary.
Oh, cool.
Walter Reed.
Oh, cool.
Van Nuys. Pino Park. El Camino. I got kicked
Did
out
you
of
go
a
to
lot
El
of schools.
Camino?
I did go to El Camino.
Fucking A.
I did the
What-
Navy. I did
what
the
year were
Navy
you?
ROTC. The JROTC.
What year were you?
I was in El Camino 96.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
You just
does
aged
that mean?
yourself. I don't know.
No, people don't.
No,
age.
I have some friends that went to El Camino, but we're a class of 06. So
They were class of 06.
Right.
No, I went in 06, but I graduated in 2000.
yeah, so we went to 96, and then you're class of 2000.
Yeah,
I was.
but I finished school.
I think I was in 8th grade.
I was in the
2001.
central. I was in Santa Cruz. I finished high school in Santa Cruz.
Oh, cool. How you know what Santa Cruz? I've driven through there when I was coming back from
Fucking
SF.
badass.
Yeah, I always wanted to like go up there and chill out and do banana slugs. Let's go. Like,
Look, I tell people, especially in the motorcycle community, one of the best rides I've ever done in my life is PCH.
up the one, yeah.
PCH.
We just did that on BMC. We did our little BMC retreat, and we drove up the PCH.
I
to
wish
Big
they
Sur.
would do something like that again. You know,
You know, we might. It might be more something like a greenhorn type of deal where you have checkpoints and stuff like that, because it would be really hard to have a group travel up 300-400 miles at the same time. Like it was a lot just to have our team doing it together.
yeah,
So I think that's something like the greenhorn. You're familiar with greenhorn,
yeah.
where you just get like checkpoints, right, and
Yeah.
you do that.
Yeah, because you could. There's plenty of places to stop and do the check-ins. You know,
Right.
You got the Madonna Inn. You got the Hearst
Oh,
Castle.
the Madonna
you
Inn
got-
is great. That's a cool spot. Yeah, we went up to Morro Bay. That was very cool.
Yeah.
Just to see those little hills out there in the ocean.
Brigsby Bridge.
Right.
Bixby.
Bixby.
Yeah,
that place is cool though. Have you been to Big Sur?
Yeah, of course.
You
Dude, I used to live in Santa Cruz.
Have you camped in Big Sur?
No, I used to camp in Santa Cruz in Monterey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's when I graduated from law school, I found this first come first serve spot. It was basically I'm not going to tell anybody where it is because I don't want to ruin it for myself. But it was great. It was like right off the coast, and we were able to drive up the thing, and it's beautiful out there. Like it's just immaculate.
Yeah, when I lived there, it's fucking immaculate. It's so beautiful.
Right.
But the problem is when you're finishing your high school there, everybody knows everybody in town.
It's a small
All right?
town.
It's a small town.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who you're dating. And when you break up, everybody knows who you used to date. And then, like, when you're trying to, like, date new people, they're like, did you date so-and-so? And you're like, no, it wasn't like that. Well, I saw you guys. And, like, what do you mean? Like, everybody sees the drama is a different level of fucking drama.
I honestly think that the valley is small like that enough to where
No,
everybody knew.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
No
It was
way,
like,
dude. There's no way.
there
You
was
know what
people,
they opened down the street right here?
What?
Carlito's Way.
Did they really?
Yeah, remember Carlitos Ways used to be on Van Nuys?
Yeah.
They just opened it like 2 weeks ago.
Where? Over here on what,
Right
Colfax?
here. No, Moore Park and Tahunga.
Tonga.
Dude, like 4 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just opened that up.
Is that the where the cactus used to be?
It's right where the cactus is. So the cactus.
It used to be, what was
It
it?
used to be Henry's,
It used to be Henry's.
which I think
So-
is dog shit. And Henry's is still there,
Where?
across the street next to the
Oh,
laundromat.
okay.
They're just like in a little thing. So I think Henry's is dog shit. Henry's is one of those businesses that I can't wrap my head around it, where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I went there and they're like, what would you like? I was like, fucking 3 carne asadas and 1 carnitas. They're like, we don't have that. I go, what?
What do you have?
They're like, we have ground
Boil?
beef and fucking hard shell tacos. I was like,
Shut up. No. So
okay. So I got that. And then I was like, all right, let me get a Jamaica. They're like, we don't have that. I go, what do you mean? So they gave me these wannabe Taco Bell tacos with the sugary shitty Coke. And I'm like, how the fuck does this last for like 20 years?
it did. Well, the stuff that they had before was different. Well, first off, Cactus, the one in Hollywood, the original one off.
Well, no,
Vine.
this is Henry's.
No, I know.
Now
I know.
it's Cactus.
Now it's Cactus. But Cactus, I used to go to Cactus.
Cactus? Cactus.
It's Cactus. Oh,
I want some want some cactus?
I used to go there in high school, like on late nights, down in Hollywood and Vine, and then all of a sudden, the Cactus on Moore Park and Woodman, that used to be a Bronco burrito, and then all of a sudden, Cactus was like buying Henry's and buying Bronco, and I'm happy for them. But yeah, Henry's used to suck. Like I went there twice, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And there's Hugo's, right? You got Hugo's over here on Coldwater.
Yeah, there's not really good Mexican in the valley.
No, there's not. They all have the same orange signs too. I don't know if they're going to the same sign spot. There's a place on Van Nuys next to the park that's pretty good. I forgot what that place is
Does
called.
the signs?
They have the orange. No. Well, it's got an orange sign, but
it's Mexican food.
It's Mexican food. It's pretty good.
Dude, I like the Glendale old school ones.
Which
El
one?
Sal's.
I don't know what that is. El
You never-
Sal's?
Dude, El Sal's. Let me tell you something. El Sal's. I've been eating there for over 20 years.
Yeah,
That shit never fails.
really.
There's the other one that's the A-frame building, El Tapatío.
Okay, I've been there.
Tapatío. That's old school. Like I like.
It's good stuff,
What
especially
else?
when you get over there on the east side of the.
Yeah, but how the fuck do you the place on Tahunga, the truck,
I don't know about the trucks.
Angel's something.
I haven't been here since the trucks.
They
have been
make
here.
some good shit, bro. But like the rest of the stuff, like 2 things I can't find in the Studio City, Sherman Oaks area is a good steakhouse and tacos.
You got Lala's right here.
Where?
Lala's?
Lala's? Oh, bro,
Lala's.
fuck Lala's.
You don't like Lala's?
Dude.
Argentinian food, isn't it?
Look, I'll tell you this. I love Argentinian food, and I love Argentinian
I'm going to
barbecue.
Argentina in February.
Argentina barbecue is the shit. Lala's is, I don't know about now, but watch this. I had a Korean friend of mine call me up, and he's like, hey, I'm coming to Studio City. I want to eat steak. I go, cool. I was at a cigar shop. I'm in the cigar shop right here, local, all across the street from each other, right? I go, guys, where's the good steakhouse? And one of the guys goes, Lala's. And everybody was like, get the fuck out of it. That place is garbage. And everybody was like, no. And I was like, dude, that's garbage. Why would you even recommend that? Because I went there.
I haven't been there for like 15 years.
Dude, I went there a long time ago, and it was the worst meat I ever had. And everybody that I talked to said the exact same thing. And now I've been hearing recently it's been better. So I don't know.
We can go to Fogo de Chao. I don't know what that is. That's
Yeah, but Fogo de Chao's on fucking La Cienega in Beverly Hills almost. It's too far out.
Ruth's Chris. I don't. I mean, they used to be okay. The one in Beverly Hills closed already, but
What, Fogo de Chao?
no, Ruth's Chris.
Oh, never been.
Ruth's Chris is great. It was from New Orleans. It was Ruth's, and then Chris bought it, and then so it's Ruth's Chris. No, sorry, it's the other way around. It's Chris, and then Ruth's bought it, and it's Ruth's Chris. But that was my favorite spot when I was a kid. Like, there was one in Beverly Hills. There's one in Marina Del Rey. It's pretty decent. I mean, for what it is, you're getting, it's like a $50 steak, and it's pretty, but it's all a la carte. You gotta get the mushrooms and the mashed potatoes and whatnot.
You know what's bomb? There's a Korean barbecue spot on Van Nuys and Sherman Way.
Oh, what's it called?
Oh, fuck, I can't remember. It's just Sherman Way, whatever. You just put those fucking streets. Dude, number 1, I can't believe how affordable they are. Number 2, I've taken Korean friends of mine
Really? And they're like, wow.
And they're like, motherfucker, you don't take Koreans to all you can eat Korean barbecue. I go, why not? They're like, we don't do that. Like, that's just,
it's American.
It's the rule. Yeah, like we go to the
all you can eat.
Yeah, we go to the upscale shit. We don't do this all you can eat, or it's got to be like super Korean or something.
Right.
By the time we're done, the best meat, best quality,
really?
Best flavors, but like they're blown away. Like,
what's it called?
Shit. It's Van Nuys and Sherman. It's Van Nuys and
you gotta give them a shout out.
Yeah.
You know, a spot that I was going to in high school for a long time. It's over there by the In-N-Out on Van Nuys. It used to be called Golden Burger. Now it's called Golden Yaki. It's right next to Pineapple Hill, which is been a bar for me for a long time. Growing up, whatever. But Golden Yaki, they have the best teriyaki bowls, the best burgers, and they're cheap. You can get like a whole meal for like $6.
What's Pineapple?
Pineapple Hill?
Yeah, what's the Pineapple Hill?
Pineapple Hill.
Sounds like a bar.
It's a great bar. It's been there for a long time. I actually had my graduation party there from CSUN. And it's just a little dive bar. It's pretty good. They have animal style fries because they're in the same parking lot as In-N-Out, but they make their own like animal style fries, and they're way better than In-N-Out's animal style fries.
Really?
Yeah. Have you had them?
No.
You should go try them out. They're serving breakfast there now. Which
Pineapple Hill?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They got like
it's called Pineapple Hill. It's a bar.
Pineapple Hill.
It's in the In-N-Out Plaza of Sherman Oaks.
Right.
Which kind of feels like Van Nuys.
It's on Van Nuys and Moore Park.
Yeah.
He's across the street from, I guess Hamburger Hamlet's gone now, but yeah. Yeah, it's right across the street from El Torito.
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
No, is it? No, across the street's another Korean barbecue spot.
Well, it's Gayukaku's over there.
Gayukaku's.
But in the same parking lot, there's
name.
El Torito.
Hey, like Gayukaku. That is pretty good. But that's limited. That's bullshit.
What is?
That Gayukaku?
Oh, yeah. No, but back in the day, it was a good place
No.
to
It's
drink.
good. It's good. The amount of
like
food
for
they
like
give
$6
you is like whack. This other spot, you could be like, I want
Tons
3 bulgogis and 4 fucking pepper steaks and 5 of this. And they're like, all right.
I just went to
one more?
Yeah, I'll take another one. I just went to All You Can Eat with Adam Plax from...
Sounds like a tall man.
He's a tall, handsome, dark man. No, he's the BMC CEO, essentially.
Yeah, he was just on the show.
Right, and he's going to be back on the show soon,
That's right.
Sweet.
That's right.
Love my buddy Adam.
I feel like announcing that shit. Let me see what they said.
Yeah. Adam.
we should just
Where you
FaceTime
at?
him. Like,
I think I should be on that discussion with them.
Dude, you're more than welcome to.
I need the invite though.
You are more than welcome to. Look, hey, Robert, if you're still interested hosting blah, 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 private blah, 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 we'll send you dates for blah, 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 blah. These dates work with Adam and I. When would you be interested? So blah, 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 blah. Okay,
blah, blah,
so
blah,
they're
blah,
going to be
and
on.
Forrest is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And Forrest.com, blah, 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 blah. Attorney at law, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying it. If you go to, so here's the other thing. If you go to rideboundless.net, there's a website there. If you want to sponsor the podcast, there's packages where you can just sign up and do the packages or the sponsorship packages. There's forums and groups that I'm starting there. So go to rideboundless.net, go into a group, and you'll be part of the motorcycle of every guest that I have on here. We'll start doing that. And then there's collaborations. In collaborations, you'll see Forrest's information. You'll see information of people that I'm dealing with and have been dealing with that are offering exclusive deals to you guys, to the listeners, to people that listen to the show, to people that listen to me, to people that listen to the guest. So make sure you check out rideboundless.net.
Right. And if you hit me up and you say that you're from Ride Boundless or you found me on Ride Boundless, I will definitely give you a discount. But yeah, if you have any questions about law or legal questions, you hit me up. Happy to do a free consultation. If it's not something that I practice, I can at least refer you to a legitimate attorney instead of you going to Google and guessing and just paying for somebody who's paying for a lot of, ad space.
Yeah, what people don't understand is okay, fuck it. You get into this situation, you need an attorney. The moment you need an attorney, listen to me. The moment you need an attorney, it's so difficult to like pinpoint who you can trust. Because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to Google shit. Then you're going to be like, all right, this one's got like 4.5, that one's got 5, and that one's got like 3.5 stars. Then you start reading the comments, and it's like, well, that's a little personal. Like it's just so much uncomfort and stress trying to pick out listen to what I'm saying. Pick out an attorney. Where here is a good referral, BMC is referring, Ride Boundless is referring, Robert Valderrama is referring, an attorney that if you have any problems with your motorcycles, accidents, PI, not private investigation, but personal injury
or anything, or I can
at
least get you to somebody who knows
to the
what
right
the fuck
person.
they're
They
doing.
can point to the right direction.
Right.
And 99% of the problems that I've dealt with in my life is I just need to make sure that what I'm doing is right, and if it's not, what is the right approach? Right. So I have a big respect for what you're doing.
I thank you, man.
I couldn't do it.
I appreciate that. It's hard. It's hard.
It's no. For me, it's super fucking hard. Trust me. Like I've been, I know the legal system, and I handle myself very well. But there's something about having an attorney by your side, telling you straight how things are.
Right.
That it just pays off. So I'm going to end this podcast with the cheers.
Salute.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the drinks. Looking forward to hanging out. And more than likely, I'll see you this Saturday for the ride.
Let's do it. It's going to be a fun ride. Racer T-Bar to RSD. I'm not sure if you're going to put this out before Saturday, but
I didn't plan to, but I might. Website.
So forrestmillerlaw.com, my phone number, and it's my personal cell phone number. So that's the firm number. It's 818-384-1128. It is an 818 number because I'm a Valley local. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If I don't know the answer because it's out of my spectrum or my realm of law, I can absolutely refer you to somebody who knows what they're doing. And hit me up. I'm happy to help. It's my job.
Thank you, Forrest.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, bro. Anytime you want to be on.